many times have you watched a stoppage?
I don't know, maybe probably just over 20. Like just
20?
Just on Instagram.
God damn, I can't even watch it for Orlando. My body gets hot. My heart starts racing.
I'm sure like on the gram I've seen that because you get tagged in videos and you see it and you're like, huh. So I watch it, so I'm sure just over 20 or so, yeah.
Taking to his Freestyle Bender YouTube channel, the 33-year-old Adesanya recently asserted that he's watched the knockout over 20 times. Just like many others in the mixed martial arts community, Israel Adesanya believes his UFC 281 fight was stopped prematurely by referee Mark Goddard. However, he added that it's likely that his ego is making him feel as such. Izzy alluded to the dangers of a dazed fighter sustaining unnecessary damage and highlighted that an early stoppage is better than one that's late. Islam Makhachev has a message for Alexander Volkanovski. Islam Makhachev is gearing up to face Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 284, and the Dagestan native has issued a warning to his upcoming opponent. The lightweight champion recently gave an update on his preparations to face the Great. Posting on Twitter, the Dagestan native stated, "Fight camp is on. Be ready, short guy." Are you excited for Makhachev versus Volkanovski? Make your predictions in the comments below. Chael Sonnen explains why he's certain Conor McGregor is clean. Chael Sonnen has dismissed the notion that Conor McGregor's exit from USADA's testing pool surrounds the use of performance-enhancing drugs. During a recent appearance on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, former fighter-turned-analyst Sonnen gave his take on the controversy surrounding McGregor's USADA status ahead of his planned comeback.
So the thing on the Conor situation, Conor's clean. Connor's clean. He's been trolling. He's been having fun with people.
Okay.
Come on. A guy doesn't go out and do a crime and then document the crime. Connor put the pictures out. He's having fun with people. He's clean.
Sonnen has also previously provided his own theory for McGregor's lack of testing. The former light heavyweight and middleweight title challenger believes the Irishman's exit from the USADA testing pool derives from his desire to avoid the much criticized whereabouts violations. Do you agree with Chael Sonnen's take on accusations of steroid usage against Conor McGregor? Michael Bisping blasts Jake Paul for interfering in UFC fighters' business instead of paying his own fighters. Michael Bisping is sounding off on Jake Paul for constantly interfering in UFC fighters' business. Jake Paul continues to raise his concerns about UFC fighters not being paid their worth. He believes that the time is right to form a fighters association to improve fighter pay and ensure that they are taken care of medically when they retire. Bisping criticized the YouTuber-turned-boxer for his treatment of boxers competing in his events.
But I heard reports that some of the fighters were on as low on the undercard, the first fights of the night. Some of them were paid as little as $1,500.
This is #1 bullshit.
Okay, so if you're so content on looking after UFC fighters, if you're so content and we just want the world a fairer place, why are you paying fighters on your promotion, on your undercard, so poorly?
The Count seems to raise some valid points and critiques to Paul. According to Bisping, if he's campaigning for UFC fighters to get paid more and join his UFA, he should be setting an example with fighters competing on events that he's headlining. Now it's time for our take. Is Paddy the Baddy going to crack the top 15 at lightweight with a win at UFC 282 this month? Paddy Pimblett has entered the UFC like the stroke of lightning. He's earned a 3-fight winning streak since entering the organization and has 5 wins in a row overall. The lightweight division rankings are ever changing. There's a lot of inactivity, weight changes, and aging fighters, which means some of them inevitably drop from their spot. The likes of Ferguson, Dos Anjos, and Conor are some major examples. We also know the UFC welcomes a fighter of the Baddy's star power caliber to be ranked high in the division, as most relevant fighters in the top 15 have already fought among each other and had unsuccessfully competed for the lightweight title. But the truth is Jared Gordon, his opponent in UFC 282, is a tough fight, but he's not even on the top 15. And Paddy has only been in the UFC for just over a year. Only a handful of fighters have entered the top 15 rankings after only 4 fights. We at MMA Gold News believe the Baddy breaks through the top 15 with a win next Saturday and starts 2023 with a chip on his shoulder, beginning the quest to fight top 10 opponents and maybe get a shot for the title, who knows? Do you believe Paddy the Baddy has what it takes to be the next superstar in the UFC? Let us know in the comments. and thank you for listening to another edition of Our Take. Let's get back to the news. Aljamain Sterling confirms next title defense opponent and return time frame. UFC bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling may not take a long time off from fighting after all, following a recent admission. In a recent video on his YouTube channel, Sterling revealed that he's set to face former two-weight champion Henry Cejudo.
So, just breaking news, this fight is going to happen. Obviously, you guys saw the face-off with myself and Henry Cejudo. I have no problem fighting Henry. Never ducked anybody a day in my life. The UFC gives me the toughest competitions, and I always step up to the plate, and I always win. Except for that one time where I got sent to the Neptunes against Marlon Moraes. For the most part, I typically win.
Sterling had previously stated that his preference would be to face O'Malley next, as he feared fans wouldn't care about a fight with Cejudo. It sounds like the 135 pounds champion has had a change of heart as he gets ready to return to the octagon. Are you excited for Sterling versus Triple C? Make your predictions in the comments. Kevin Holland may retire if Khamzat Chimaev leapfrogs him. UFC welterweight Kevin Holland doesn't want Khamzat Chimaev to be awarded a title shot at middleweight after his UFC 279 weight miss. After hinting at retirement earlier this year, Holland may opt for a second retirement if Khamzat gets what he wants. During his UFC Orlando media day, Holland explained his recent threats to retire.
How serious was the retirement thing? And
oh, it was serious as hell. I mean, it's super serious, and it's still on the table. And it's like if I wake up Sunday morning after beating Wonderboy, and you guys have Chimaev fighting for a 185-pound world title when he's never won a fight at 85 in the top 15, I'm retired. You know, it's like, I understand business is business, but favoritism is favoritism. You know, the kid missed weight. I had to step up to fight him after he missed weight and make the fight happen. I shouldn't have had to do that.
Do you believe Holland is right on this? Should he be given the title shot before Khamzat? Write down your opinion in the comments. UFC Orlando Preview. This upcoming Saturday, Kevin Holland will get a shot at redemption after a big loss against Khamzat Chimaev due to a submission in the first round, when he faces Stephen Thompson in front of a sold-out crowd at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. Stephen Thompson has not appeared in the octagon since December of 2019, when he lost a unanimous decision to Belal Muhammad. He's lost 4 out of his last 6 fights and will turn 40 years old in February. Holland, on the other hand, although he's currently unranked in the welterweight division, an impressive performance on Saturday should be enough to catapult him into the top 15. Make your predictions for UFC Orlando's main event in the comments below. That's all for today's video. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.